Welcome to Transcoding Footage with Resolve. Before you can start your editing session, the original footage needs to be transcoded with important metadata embedded in the files. Transcoding your raw footage is fairly quick and easy using Resolve 10. In Part 1, I will show you how to set up the Resolve session and set up your scratch disk. We will proceed to change the master project settings, adjust camera raw settings, and apply a LUT, also known as a lookup table. Filmmakers who shoot on the Sony f/65 or the Arri Alexa Red or even the Blackmagic cameras will usually need to create their own set of offline dailies, in this case with Resolve. And what it does is it takes all those original camera formats and transcodes them to Avid MXF for offline editing. So you'll need a drive with your original footage, or you may be connected to an external ISIS workspace. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Resolve. There is a sample untitled project here. This is the default project, and we're going to go ahead and make a few adjustments. First thing I want to do is name it. Save project as, and I'll call this Heart to Heart. That's the name of the film. Dailies. Okay, you'll notice now that it appears in the bottom left, and it also draws our attention to the little gear icon next to that. You're going to want to go ahead and click on that, and this leads us to our project settings. Timeline resolution is 1920 by 1080, but you'll notice a few things here. The timeline frame rate is 24. We need to go ahead and change that to 23.976. And you'll notice under video monitoring, it's the same deal. Adjust that to the same setting. Once I do that, the playback frame rate is now set to the correct number. Now, most importantly, for conform. Conform is when you come back after locking your picture. You're going to bring an EDL or AAF back to Resolve and relink to your original dailies. So it's important to preserve the metadata, and in this case, instead of embedded in the source clip, which it defaults to, you want to select Assist using real names. And down here, you'll notice that there are boxes Source Clip File Name or Embedding in Source Clip File. Now, if you're using the red, you would select Embedding in Source Clip File. But if you were using the f/65, the Alexa, the DSLR, you would select source clip file name. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Next up, we want to take a look at our camera raw settings. Now you'll notice when I select on it, it's defaulting to Arri Alexa. If you use this pull down, you can select any of the other camera systems. But with Arri Alexa Log C, the footage is actually a QuickTime ProRes file and needs no further adjustment. Now I'm going to go to Color, and you want to make sure and select Automatically Match Master Timeline with the Media Pool. And down here I'm also going to select Luminance Mixer Defaults to 0. Go ahead and apply that. Next up is the Lookup Table. Now the Lookup Table converts the raw footage, which is the equivalent of camera negative, and takes it to a space where we can work with it. In this case, HD color space, it would be to Rec 709. So Arri Alexa Log C to Rec 709 is the LUT that I'm going to select here, and make sure to apply that. Go ahead and close that box out, because what we're going to do next is add some scratch disks. Under the DaVinci Resolve Lite pull down, there's Preferences, and now I can add or subtract scratch disks. I'm going to add a couple by clicking on the plus sign and browsing to my editorial drive. I'll choose my transcodes. I've already set up a target folder for where I'm going to place the transcodes. I'm going to add another volume, which in this case is on the editorial drive. Here's the mag containing the original footage. Go ahead and save this out. Now once you save it, you'll get a dialog box. Yes, your preferences have been updated, but these changes will take effect the next time Resolve is started. So you're going to have to hit OK, and then you're going to have to close out of Resolve.